For 7 years, I was stuck in the skinny fat trap, lifting 3 to 7 days a week, but still skinny with a fat face, love handles, no abs, and a soft belly. But then, in just 4 months, I went from the worst shape of my life to looking like this. Although it did take me a while, I did realize that I was wrong in the way I approach things. So if you're skinny fat, these are 7 reasons why you need to cut first, or at least recomp, before you even ever think about bulking. First thing, better hormonal and insulin environment. When you're sitting in the skinny fat zone with a higher body fat percentage, your body is just not optimized for growth. Your testosterone is lower and your estrogen is higher. On top of that, your insulin sensitivity drops. This means when you eat carbs, instead of filling up your muscles with glycogen, which is basically fuel for your training, more of it is going to get stored as fat instead. But at lower body fat percentages, let's say 12 to 15, everything flips. Your testosterone levels are high, your estrogen levels are lower, and your muscles soak up carbs like a sponge. You are literally in a more anabolic state. The second point, you will look muscular sooner. The truth is, if you bulk from a high body fat percentage, let's say around 20, even if you gain muscle, no one's going to see it because it's hidden under a layer of fat. You will simply look like a bigger version of your old skinny fat self. And that could potentially be enough for you to stop working out altogether. But let's say if you cut down to 12 to 15% body fat, muscle definition will show up quite fast. Shoulders, arms, chest, the love handles will literally disappear. You'll just look more athletic, even if you don't have that much muscle yet. Looking better, faster, will keep you motivated for longer. You're stacking small wins on top of each other. It's literally the difference between quitting, let's say, after 3 months of just feeling discouraged because you're not seeing any progress, and sticking to it for the rest of your life. The third point is longer runway. If you bulk from a higher body fat percentage, let's say you go from about 20% body fat to about 25, it's not much of a runway. And then afterwards is going to be a very long process of trying to cut down all that fat before you start to feel decent again. But on the other hand, let's say if you start bulking from 12 to 15% body fat, a much leaner state, you have a much longer runway. You can bulk for months without getting fat. And even if you start drifting a bit too high, you can do a 2 to 4 weeks mini cut, and then afterwards you can continue to lean bulk. Point number 4, recomp works better for skinny fat guys. If you're relatively new to consistent training, or you're coming back from a break, you're in this magical sweet spot where you can actually recomp, meaning that you can drop fat, meanwhile putting on muscle. Here you want to make sure that you are slowly dropping calories, maybe 2 to 400 depending on what position you're at, meanwhile keeping protein high, and then you're still working out, and then you're making sure that you're lifting heavier weights than you did before. More on that in my previous video. Basically, you're getting free muscle while cutting, which is this secret advantage, the secret benefit of being skinny fat. Point number 5 is clearer progress and tighter feedback loop. At higher body fat, small muscle gains are literally invisible. You could definitely be progressing, but the mirror won't show it because all of the progress is lost and is covered by layers and layers of fat. It's going to feel like nothing's happening. But if you're bulking from a leaner place, you're able to see and observe small changes show up. Progress becomes visible and measurable, even on small time scales like week to week. And this short week to week feedback loop becomes addictive. It will keep you motivated as you're seeing results, and it will help you to adjust quickly if you're slightly going off track. Number 6, you're going to build food discipline and habits that last. When you cut or recomp first, you're forced to learn the fundamentals. Things like tracking food, portion control, managing cravings. If you skip this and try to bulk first, a lot of the times you're just going to overshoot calories and then get fat. That's exactly what happened in my case. So cutting and recomping, this is where you build the discipline to make the lean bulk a lot more effortless. So you want to make hard choices now, and you're going to have an easier life later. But if you make easy choices, you're going to have a hard life later. And the last point, psychological wins and momentum. And to be honest, I think this might be the most important point. Going from, let's say, 23 or 24% body fat down to about 14, 15, it will change how you look at yourself and how you feel. You'll have a smaller waist, the love handles are going to be gone, you're going to have a leaner face, and all around just a sharper physique. Even without much muscle, you simply just gotta look so much better. This is a huge psychological win. It gives you confidence and it gives you momentum, and it makes this whole weightlifting fitness journey a lot more addictive. Let's say if you decide to bulk from a more fluffy, skinny fat state, you're gonna feel a lot worse. You won't see results in the mirror, so you're gonna feel less motivated. And then at one point, you're just going to be like, oh, okay, you know what? If I'm just going to miss one workout, what does it matter? I'm not really seeing results. And that one day is going to be lead into 2 days, into 3, a week, a month, and then before you know it, all the progress has been lost. So if you're skinny fat and stuck like I was for over 7 years, I'm going to cut or recomp first because of all these points. Afterwards, you can think about bulking up and putting a lot more muscle. And if you want to know a bit more about my journey, here's the last video I made. I think you're going to enjoy it.